See what's happening this instant. ABC 11 Eyewitness News at 9 starts right now.
We are in first alert mode. Freezing rain, ice, and a wet day across the triangle. The storm playing out just as Steve said it would. We've got team coverage to help you through the morning. Also, the CDC laying out a roadmap to reopen schools safely. New reaction from Wake County parents as their kids prepare to head back to class. And another mass vaccination clinic happening today in Wake County. Good morning, Carolina. It's Saturday, February 13th. I'm Tim Pulliam, in for Anthony Wilson. The details of the top stories and all the day's news is just ahead, but we are in first alert mode. So let's get straight to meteorologist Steve Stewart. It is a very cold, dark, rainy day today.
It is, yeah, and it's going to be that way most of the day today. The concern is our northern counties where we have a winter storm warning in effect, Person County, Granville, and Vance County. Elsewhere, we have a winter weather advisory. Could get a little bit of freezing rain, but the really accumulating ice is expected to be farther off to the north. Already getting reports of plenty of power outages around as well. I superimposed some of the temperatures, so at 32 and below is where we're getting that freezing rain. You go up.
All right, thank you, Steve. Our live team coverage of the winter weather is just getting started. Breaking News 1 is out on the roads, alerting us of any slick spots in the triangle. Anna Rivera is also out there bringing us updates all morning long. Anna is in Roxborough, community I'm very familiar with. What do things look like there?
Well, it's there's definitely a lot of ice on elevated surfaces. Again, the good news that there's not really many issues on the roads, that ice weighing down any of these lines and these tree branches. Tim?
Yeah, that's definitely a problem out there. Thank you so much, Anna, for that. The number of power outages from the storm continuing to grow. The Duke Energy website right now showing about 5,000 customers without power in Roxborough, another 2,000 in Oxford, and about 9,000 customers waking up in the dark in Henderson. Now to breaking news in Wake County. Cary police investigating an overnight shooting that left one person hurt. Officers called to Reed Street just off of Southeast Maynard Road. That was around 2 this morning. Police have not said how the victim is doing or if there are any suspects. This morning, new reaction after the CDC spells out how schools can reopen safely and make a Carolina comeback. The new guidelines focus on 5 key strategies. They include universal and correct mask usage, social distancing, hand washing, and cleaning and ventilation in school buildings. Now, the guidelines also include robust contact tracing, isolation, and quarantining. As Wake County families prepare to return to the classroom on Monday, some parents say the guidance gives them hope.
I finally kind of feel like a lot lighter in the last few weeks than I did in January. I'm just kind of trying to give a lot of grace and hope that, none of us get sick or seriously sick.
This morning, we still don't know what Governor Cooper will do with Senate Bill 37, which requires schools to provide an in-person learning option. More details on that bill and the CDC guidance available right now on abc11.com. In the race to vaccinate, a pair of mass vaccination clinics happening today across the state. In the capital city, Raleigh, PNC Arena is holding its second drive-through event of the week. It's by appointment only. And down in Charlotte, today the Spectrum Center is also holding a clinic. 2,200 doses will be given by appointment only. Those doses come as we track good news in our state's key metrics. The state reporting 4,128 new cases on Friday. That's about 25% lower than last Friday. Now, 34 fewer people are in the hospital for a total of 2,151. The percentage of tests coming back positive is up slightly to 6.5%. But sadly, 82 more people have died. We'll send you a push alert when new metrics come out this afternoon. Today, the second impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump could wrap up in Washington. The Senate set to resume at 10 this morning. Today, House impeachment managers and Trump's defense team will deliver closing arguments. Now, that will be followed by the final vote on whether Trump is guilty of incitement of insurrection. 17 Republicans would have to side with Democrats to convict Trump. Now, ABC News will bring you a special report this morning at 10 a.m. when the Senate resumes. A Wake County private school teacher charged with indecent liberties this morning. The school is responding. Also, the annual march and rally in downtown Raleigh going virtual today. And a live look at Breaking News 1 out on the roads. Our team helping you navigate the winter weather And that also includes Steve Stewart. Good morning.
Hi, good morning there, Tim.
All right, thank you, Steve. Developing now, a private school teacher in Wake County facing a charge of taking indecent liberties with a child. That teacher is now off the job. Paula Stinson was a physical education teacher at Thales Academy in Roseville. The school says Stinson has been terminated effective immediately. The school also says they're actively communicating with the sheriff's office and cooperating with the investigation. We are working to learn if the victim was a student. Today, the 15th annual Historic Thousands on Jones Street March and Rally is going virtual on Zoom. The event normally draws thousands of people to downtown Raleigh. Local NAACP leaders making changes to protect people from COVID-19. Organizers tell us their message of activism will still be loud and clear. The theme of this year's event is Hope in Action, lining a new world into existence. More COVID-19 testing sites coming to Wake County where you can go next week. Also, the race to vaccinate and disparities in the distribution of doses. Our I-Team looking into the impact to Wake County and supporting the urban ministries of Durham. The annual fundraiser going virtual this year during the pandemic.
ABC 11 is keeping you connected. Find us on Facebook, like our page, and follow us for the latest eyewitness news updates.
All right, we are back now with a live look at the roads. Breaking news 1 driving through Durham. You can take a look there. The windshield is wet, the roads are wet. Steve is telling everybody to drive safely. You're going to need an umbrella today. He's coming up with a full forecast in just a couple of minutes. To the pandemic, and North Carolina continuing to ramp up its testing effort. 4 new locations will be available in Wake County next week. They are Anderson Point Park in East Raleigh, Halifax Community Park near downtown, and South Park in Fuquay-Varina. The site will be open Monday through Sunday. There will also be a temporary testing site from Thursday to Sunday at Aversboro Baptist Church. Now that is in Garner. The I-Team uncovering disparities when it comes to the distribution of the COVID vaccine to counties. For example, data shows Wake County, which is one of the largest counties in the state, received some of the fewest doses per capita. The county getting 7.5 doses for every 100 residents. That's 3 doses under the state average of 10.6. Now, the I-Team uncovering 75% of the least populated counties are either at or above the average. Now, next week, Wake County is getting 20,000 doses, marking the 3rd week the county is getting the highest total number of doses. Now, you can see this entire I-Team report right now on abc11.com. For nearly a year now, the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted how many organizations conduct their fundraising, most moving to some type of virtual event. Every March, Empty Bowls gives people a chance to taste soups from various Durham restaurants as they support urban ministries of Durham. But this year, since people can't gather, the event will be coming to your home. Now, on March 4th, you can pick up soups at 7 Durham restaurants and then enjoy them while watching a virtual presentation at 6:30 by Urban Ministries.
So we have about 1,500 tickets this year for sale for folks to get soup. But then the silent auction this year is going to be open to everybody, and it's going to be a week-long procedure. So that one will open on Monday, March 1st, and it'll end after Empty Bowls on that Friday at 5 p.m.
ABC 11 Together is a proud sponsor of this year's Empty Bowls. You can learn more about the fundraiser on ABC 11 Together Perspectives, airing tomorrow at 12:30 right here on ABC 11. We want to send a shout out to my friend Brittany Bell. She is filling in for Rob Marciano. You go, girl. On Good Morning America today, live from Raleigh, both she and Steve Stewart are keeping a close eye on the winter weather across the country. Wow, Steve. Amazing.
She's done that now like 6 times.
Several times. So we're very proud of her. And we're proud of you for keeping us safe in this weather.
I try, absolutely. Yeah, it's a mess of a day today. And more rain, Tim, Thursday into Friday.
Man, we have to wait till Wednesday to dry out.
Well, I know, right?
Okay. Thank you, Steve.
Sure.
New this morning, frustration over how Black History Month is currently taught in schools. Our partnership with the News and Observer diving deeper for you. Wow, thanks, Barbara, and thank you, NNO, for that report. We are in first alert mode because of some nasty winter weather moving through. Our team helping you navigate it safely. Also, the race to vaccinate and at another mass vaccination clinic today in Wake County. And the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump. We're walking you through step by step what's happening today. All right, we are back with a live look across the area. We are in first alert mode for a messy Saturday morning. Rain moving through the triangle and some freezing rain and winter weather up north. Our team is here helping you prepare for the day ahead. But first, good morning, Carolina. It's Saturday, February 13th. I'm Tim Pulliam in for Anthony Wilson. The details of the top stories in the news all just ahead. But first, we are in first alert mode. Let's check in with meteorologist Steve Stewart. What can we expect for the rest of the day?
It's going to be wet pretty much all day, Tim. It's really the problem area is going to be north of Interstate 85, where we have winter storm warnings in effect, Person County, Granville, and over into Vance as well for accumulating ice. That's going to be the biggest issue we have today with this freezing rain. You see temperatures above freezing now at RDU. All these areas to the south, no concern, just going to be cold rain. But once you get farther north where temperatures are around freezing, you see all these pink shades. That's freezing rain, and it's been going on for a long time. We already see plenty of power outages because of that. Predictor forecast model tries to keep that rain lifting farther north as we get to the afternoon, and then eventually the freezing rain will come to an end, but a third to maybe 4/10 of an inch of ice up around the Virginia border areas. That's where we're going to see most of it, and that's where the warning is, and that's the biggest concern there. The power outages, we're seeing it now. It's in the moderate risk to continue happening. I think it's going to be spotty in nature, but it's going to continue as long as we're getting this freezing rain. Also, the bridges may be icy. Be careful about that. The ground's going to hold its temperature, but the air above and below the bridge is below freezing. It's just concrete and metal, so that's going to get colder. You'll be driving along and the road's just wet. Before you know it, you're sliding on a bridge, so be advised about that. And we have a long way to go. All this rain down here is going to lift to the north. Eventually, we get a break tonight and then more rain tomorrow. Matter of fact, 5 of the next 6 days, we have some rain in the forecast. More on that coming up in a few minutes, Tim.
All right, thank you, Steve. And this is a good time to remind our viewers, download the ABC 11 North Carolina streaming app. You can see Steve's forecast on demand, including any changes this weekend. Our app is free on your favorite streaming device. Now let's see how things are looking on the roads. We are in Roxborough, my hometown. Anna Rivera is there. Anna, you were in Johnston on Johnson Street earlier. Where are you now?
Well, Tim, we decided to jump out of the car and show you what is causing an issue really up close. Look at how much ice has accumulated on these branches. This is frozen solid. I can break it apart. There's icicles all over, and this is the case on power lines. This is the case on all of these trees. We've seen lots of tree branches come down because this is just so heavy. The grass also frozen. But take a look. If we pan over just a little bit more, cars are moving just fine because the roads have not frozen. We heard Steve Stewart saying that's not going to be an issue. It's going to be those overpasses and those bridges. Those are going to be the issues. But now we've seen those power outages caused as well. And that's all because of the weight of this ice on these branches, on these power lines. Now, we're going to continue to monitor this for you because we know that this can be an issue for you if you do lose power. But so far, we haven't seen too many issues other than some road blockages just because of all of the ice bringing those branches and those power lines down. We've also seen crews driving throughout, trying to make sure they're working ahead, trying to get any of those branches that are hanging low over the road. They're just taking them out so they don't have to worry about that later on. But again, good news, the roads are still clear. They are wet, so just give yourself a little bit of extra time if you are leaving this Saturday morning. Tim?
Absolutely. People have to be careful out there. Anna, thank you. We're also keeping a close eye on power outages growing from the storm. The Duke Energy website right now showing about 5,000 customers without power in Roxborough, another 2,000 in Oxford, and about 9,000 customers waking up in the dark in Henderson. The cold, dreary weather is dampening sales this Valentine's Day weekend. Restaurant owners were hoping for clear skies and warmer temperatures so people would celebrate on outdoor patios. Small business owners have made major investments during the pandemic. Tupelo Honey has a large outdoor dining area, and it's been a big draw for people throughout the pandemic.
Unfortunately, we were hoping that we'd have that extra patio as a backup seating plan, but the patio is definitely a great opportunity for us. Even a few weeks ago when we were in the 50-degree weather, it was still pretty full.
Dear Love says she understands some people don't feel comfortable yet eating indoors. She tells us they'll have extra staff on hand to serve in the patio area if there's a break in the rain. In the race to vaccinate, there will be another mass vaccination clinic today at PNC Arena in Raleigh. It is by appointment only. Meantime, the Pentagon has approved the deployment of 20 more military vaccination teams. Roughly 4,700 service members will go to communities around the country. And the CDC is releasing guidelines on how to return millions of teachers and students to school safely. You can read more about that right now on abc11.com. Today, the second impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump could wrap up in Washington. The Senate set to resume at 10 this morning. Today, House impeachment managers and Trump's defense team will deliver closing arguments. That will be followed by the final vote on whether Trump is guilty of incitement of insurrection. 17 Republicans would have to side with Democrats to convict Trump. ABC News will bring you a special report this morning when the Senate resumes. A college student wakes up to find an intruder in her bedroom. The terrifying encounter and the urgent search happening right now. Plus, the Valentine's Day weekend, this weekend, oh boy, wet, and cold. We're talking to experts about what you can do to keep your relationship strong during this pandemic, and a live look at the wet roads. Our team keeping a close eye on the nasty weekend weather, Steve.
Yeah, that's right. You'll see delays later as well. Got your 7-day coming up in a few minutes, Tim.
All right. Thank you, Steve. We have a safety alert to let you know about after a terrifying encounter on the Fayetteville State University campus. A campus resident wakes up to find an intruder in her bedroom. Police say she reported the strange man at the University Place apartments just before 4 Friday morning. They say the intruder took off when the resident woke up. There were no signs of forced entry, nothing was stolen, and no one was hurt. Police say the man was reportedly walking around the complex, checking for unlocked doors. As it turns out, North Carolina is in better financial shape than anticipated. Economists at the state budget office are now projecting the state will have $4.1 billion more in revenue this fiscal year than expected. They say the extra revenue primarily came from higher income, sales, and business tax collections. The projections assume COVID-19 cases will continue to decrease and that Congress will pass another stimulus bill. The pandemic's impact on children, the new report about hospitalizations as kids stayed at home. Also, the group of Black women doctors working to get more COVID-19 vaccine doses into the arms of people of color. And how you can recreate the magic of Disney in your very own home, guided by these Disney Imagineers. Now to breaking news, a robbery and shooting in Goldsboro. Police called to South William Street yesterday afternoon, finding an elderly woman shot inside an apartment and a teenage suspect shot in the street. Now, police say 73-year-old Linda Ellis is expected to be okay. Authorities say 2 masked suspects forced their way into the apartment and shot Ellis. That's when a 12-year-old in the apartment started shooting back in self-defense, hitting a suspect identified as 19-year-old Khalil Herring. Now, Herring later died at the hospital in Goldsboro. Police are investigating. Let's take you back now live at the roads. Breaking news 1, driving through Chapel Hill. You can see not a lot of people on the roads, but you need to be careful just in case. Steve Stewart will have your full forecast in just a couple of minutes. This morning in the race to vaccinate, we're introducing you to a group of Black women doctors at Wake Med. They call themselves the Sister Circle, and they are working to get more COVID vaccine shots into the arms of people of color, aided by a small army of volunteers. They vaccinated close to 2,500 people at their first 2 clinics.
This was a soul-lifting experience. I mean, I don't think a lot of people knew what we were capable of and knew the impact we would make on our community.
The Sister Circle will spend this weekend giving second doses of the vaccine to patients from its first 2 rounds of clinics. There's plans for another round of clinics next Saturday. That will be in Garner. The number of children in the hospital plummeting at the beginning of the pandemic. Researchers at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center's Children's Hospital found a 45% decrease in April 2020 compared to the 10 years previous. Now, they looked at billing records for more than 3 million patients at 51 children's hospitals. Researchers found cases of pneumonia, bronchiolitis, and sports-related trauma all fell. Doctors attributed that to social distancing. All right, we have some fun news this morning. Some holiday fun this rainy weekend. Recreate the magic of Disney in your very own home, guided by Disney Imagineers and inspired by your favorite park icons and attractions. We've launched an exclusive new series called Imagine from Home, and you can stream it right now.
It's a one-of-a-kind Disney experience.
Today we're going to draw some castles.
I wanted to do a drawing inspired by Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
It's a little R2 droid, which is really cool.
Fireworks over the Disneyland castle at night. Ready to get started?
An exclusive series guided by Disney Imagineers.
The goal of the project is to take things that we have around the house.
Toothbrush is really good. A simple soap bottle.
And find new and interesting ways to use them.
I'll start with the mine shaft down below.
You can take a rubber band and just wrap it around.
Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1. Fireworks time. Get inspired, get creative, use what you have at home, and have some fun.
Imagine from home. Experience the magic, now streaming.
That is awesome. In episode 1, you learn to draw your castle using supplies you've got around the house. Go to abc11.com to find out more. You can stream Imagine from Home now on the ABC 11 North Carolina streaming app. Disney is the parent company of ABC 11. I love this, Steve. And this is perfect weather to do something like that.
Good day for it. Absolutely. You got that right. Yeah. We have a lot of issues in our northern county. Friday, more showers coming on in, Tim.
Wow. This is such a large system, Steve.
It's annoying. It's what it is.
It really is. But thank you for walking us
Sure.
through it. Really appreciate it. Well, be sure to tune in tomorrow for the season premiere of American Idol. I still remember when Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson went on there. 2 contestants are from North Carolina. It all starts tomorrow night at 8 right here on ABC 11. And new this morning, the pandemic putting strains on relationships. We have some tips from experts to keep the romance alive this Valentine's Day weekend. New this morning, relationships are hard, yes. So heading into this rainy Valentine's Day weekend, Anna Rivera is getting expert advice on ways to keep your relationship strong, even during a global pandemic.
After 5.5 years together,
and I think we rely on each other.
Anna Rivera with that report. If you are still looking for fun things to do with your sweetheart this Valentine's Day weekend, we have a full list on our website, abc11.com. Let's talk weather now. Cold, damp, dreary. This is a comfort food type of day.
It is, yeah. For most of us, this is just cold rain, but once you get north of the Triangle, Tim, it's a problem. We have freezing rain, a lot of power outages going on to our northern counties, dangerous driving conditions. Keep that in mind. Tomorrow, not freezing rain, but still a cold rain comes in later in the day. More rain Monday night and Tuesday, and we'll repeat that on Thursday.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. An ABC News special report on the impeachment trial is coming up for Steve Stewart and the entire Eyewitness News team. Thank you for watching. We will see you here tomorrow.
ABC 11 Eyewitness News is powered by Rug & Home of Raleigh. Experience the extraordinary.